welcome everybody to this episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Uncle Spoke.
Also with special guest, you're on mute, Mr. Mullins.
Dre Mullins.
Welcome, man. Welcome to you today, man. Damon Armstrong, he's going to be on tonight, brother. He's just running just a little bit behind, but he's going to be. No, we got Bowser in the background. You
hear him?
Yeah, he wants to be on. He wants to be on camera too.
Doing his job.
Like shout out.
Shout him out. Hey, listen. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. This is 3 years strong. We getting ready to hit our sweet spot. 4 or 5 is when we're going to blow up. So pay attention, because what you need to do is go back to our YouTube channel and check out our last 3 years worth of content. Very, very strong content when it comes to just generating conversation for adults, men and women. We try to bring as many women on, but our sisters, they get a little shy sometimes. You know what I mean? But we're gonna keep trying to bring them on. The ones that we had on have been wonderful guests. But like I said, just go through our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. It's a movement. We're building momentum. We're on our way. We're doing our thing. So please understand. Pass it along to everybody that you know. Check us out. Just go ahead and click on them. Click on. Look, we don't ask you to watch our whole podcast, because you know why? We have a lot of things that we generate, a lot of conversation, a lot of things that we try to do. And sometimes it might be sensory overload, but it's all good stuff, though. It's all good stuff. So my thing is, please go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, and do the things that you need to do. You see under my name, just to help the podcast out, just with the little general maintenance of it. You see the podcast Cash App. If you got twos and fews, even if you don't got twos and fews, because we can do it without it. But if you want to just show your love, baby. We appreciate it. Ain't no big thing, because I know we all, the majority of us right now, are licking lard and straining dishwater. Licking lard and straining dishwater. So it's not going, we ain't going to take it personally. It is what it is. Somebody suggested that I do it. This is why I did it.
I'm not too far from, if it costs 3 cents, the shit I had to throw up. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Let's start this out. Jaquari, how was your day today, brother?
It was a day, bro. It was a day, man. Sometimes we hit with things that challenge us, but the blessing is being able to find the reason.
That's real.
I got to this point, so
it's real.
It's pretty good.
Hey, Dre, what about yourself, man? How was your day today?
Now, my day was great, man. That's how I try to approach all my days. The day was great. In the morning, though, to be real, you catch yourself, things start happening, so you start saying, like, my mood is affecting, it's causing outcomes, right? So my mood is affecting outcomes. So now, all of a sudden, I drop some crap. Damn, this is some bullshit, right? Then, things start happening because your mood was off. So I had to catch myself, like, relax. It's all good.
I know.
The day was great after that.
That makes sense. I know the funny thing about it is my youngest son, he's not a morning person. When he's woke, he's one of the most pleasant, very giving kids that you want to meet, but not a morning person. So he gets up, he's the Grinch, he growling, he's this now. Mm-hmm. Me being who I am, I'm taking that personally because I'm retired. You feel what I'm saying? So really and truly, hey, it's your responsibility, and the 4 of us know it's your responsibility when you're in high school that you had to wake yourself up.
Hello.
You know what I mean? You had to wake yourself up. You had to get yourself ready for school. Now, a good thing for my son that Damon and Jaquari and myself and mom and dad still woke us up before they walked out the door to go to work. This is why I do it now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was shown to me, hey, and look, they didn't have to force me out of bed, but they at least at 5 o'clock in the morning called my name. Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Keith, called me twice. I'm up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Might be moving slow, but I'm up. So I said that to say that with Carson, I asked him one day, because I didn't want to become angry. I didn't want to become angry at him. I asked him. So I asked him, hey, look, every once a month, this is what happens with Damon, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look, he dropped off line to answer a phone call.
Yeah, he can't be on the phone and on. Oh my God! Wow.
I'm gonna tease you when he comes back. But I said to Carson, I said, bro, listen, the easiest thought in your mind is to find something to complain about.
Mm-hmm.
Start this exercise. Replace one at a time. Replace a complaint with something positive.
Mm-hmm.
I say that's all. There's nothing really spectacular or strenuous on you. Replace it with something positive and see how you feel. I said, because you are really pissing me off and you're about to deal with me. See, and that's the thing is, I love the fact, because our father, Jaquari will tell you, our father used to talk to us before any corporal punishment came.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came, we ain't had no excuse.
You had chances, right? I told you already.
Yeah, yeah.
The few strappings I ever had in my life, man. He always asked me, my son, tell me why I shouldn't whoop your ass right now.
That sounds like Big Dog.
And he wanted to, hey, listen, Dre, he wanted an answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted an answer. You know, say, are you serious, my man? I don't know.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get it done, bro. What the hell?
I don't want the ass whooping and the lecture.
Yeah. It ain't fair.
But
One or
you know,
the other.
but we had to carry both. We had to carry both. It was
I
almost. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I didn't grow up with my father in the house, right? So I was out with my brother, my cousin. So they grew up in my father's house, right? So it was like, yo, your pops was there, right? They be like, yo, you get these hands or a belt? Which one you want? He's like, man, you better take that belt. Don't ask for the hands. And he said, when you was young, he'd be on the knees on you. He'd just tear you up. My pops was a 3rd-degree black belt. So, but he's like, man, he tear you up. I was like, damn, I'm glad I wasn't there.
So what was it about them martial arts, Dad? Because our father was a martial arts guy too, man. And his way of discipline, his thing was, and Damon, I want you to tell us how your day was, and then I want you to follow up with what I'm saying. He would give us a choice. He would have us bend over in front of him, grab our ankles. Now, the belt it was on average 3 to 4 times, then you cried, and then he was satisfied. Right? So I knew at 3.5 strokes, I took the 4th stroke, but 3.5 strokes, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that satisfied him. Then he would say, yo, go sit your ass down.
I cried immediately. I was like, tell him, as soon as I heard that belt drawer open, I was like, as soon as they come, as soon as my mom come, I'm crying crazy. As soon as she come, I'm like, oh, crying crazy. Then she bounced. Then I laugh.
Yeah. Hey, Damon, how was your day today? And then go ahead and respond to what I just said.
Day was great, man. You know, hung out with the grandbaby and spent the day with her, you know, doing what she wanted to do, man. So it was a beautiful day, man.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
But as far as what y'all talking about, man, I wasn't trying to hear that. Talking about 4 spots and that, and then you good.
But it was true though, right? It was true.
Yeah. In your case, it was.
All right, now I'm saying explain your experience. Explain your experience. Cause
I was trying to outlast him.
Look, me and Damon is a year apart. So when we got ass whoopings, it was usually together. You know what I'm saying? So I was a witness to it. I used to say to Damon, bro, listen, I think I got the cheat code to this, man. Just sit there and last to like the third one and then cry. Right? Damon would look at me and I could see in his eyes, he said, brother, I know you're trying, but that shit ain't gonna happen if it hurts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's like Denzel and Glory. He did like that.
No, hell no. He didn't do that.
One tear.
Look, he would take the first one. Pow! Then the second one, he was like, he's under my father's legs. He crawling up his back. He's doing
you
the
trying to get
duggy.
away from me.
He's trying to do everything.
You have to chase me.
And it wasn't funny because, Damon was my dog. So I hated to see him go through the shit he was going through. But
he come to me talking about that. He come to me talking about that. Please, man, I can't take it. All right, bro, I'll try. I'll give it a try. But see, here's the thing, man. This is where you didn't understand. See, our dad, he likes to talk to you.
Yeah.
Explain to me why you shouldn't get this ass for this time. I'll wait. And I'm like, man, we might well go ahead and get our session in, bro.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Like, bro, I'm 6, man. Come on.
I ain't trying to hear it, man. Let's get it done.
Hey,
I'm sweating and heaving, and he's sweating and heaving. He ain't never said it out loud, but he was like, God damn, that boy strong as a motherfucker.
Strong and agile and shit. Yeah.
Shit.
Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dre, it didn't compute to me, man. I'm like, man, this don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You supposed to avoid this kind of shit.
They said, don't grab that belt. You be like,
oh, no, that was a cardinal
grab
sin.
the belt.
It
was instinct. It was instinct.
But that's unreasonable, man. That's unreasonable. Like, I mean, I understand that it sometimes becomes necessary for a parent to dole out corporal punishment. I understand that, but I mean, this you want your child to be a fighter. You want them to be resilient and shit. So they're gonna grab the belt. They're gonna try to survive. They're gonna try to survive this ass kick.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It never made sense to me, man. Well, somebody is beating you with a heavy hewn piece of leather that's about 3 inches thick, beating you, and they expect you to sit still.
But see, hey, hold on. But see, here's the thing. Here you go, Damon. Here's the caveat to it. You're getting your ass whooped for a reason. It wasn't like out the blue, he walked up in the house.
All right, I'm kicking ass today.
Keith, I feel like whooping your ass. Come here.
I'm kicking ass today.
No, hey, look here. For me, if I forget to do something, he marking it up. He got the marks on the wall. When they get 4 marks, they cross it with the 5th one. I got about 10 of them joints on there. Yeah, son. I remember, man. You got about 2 weeks of ass whooping coming. So, you want to break this up, or what you want to do?
You can put some ass whoopers on layaway.
Yeah, man.
2 now, put 4 on layaway.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, man.
That's like credit.
You do what you got to do, and I'm gonna do what I got to
Yeah, we just don't sit horses on this, bro. So.
Yeah. But yeah, man. That the thing about it is just our parents. I think we're the last generations because I'm the last year of the baby boomers, and the three of you Generation X.
X, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's the last of it.
that was
Now,
the last of the traditional parent.
kids could ask why.
I mean, you know what? The thing about it is, there are traditional parents now, but in our days, it was the norm. No matter whether or not you thought it was wrong or right, it was the norm, right? When it
I'm in that
comes
debate
to
now, though. I think I got to be a lot more strict with my son. I really do. I think I got to be a lot more strict, but I don't feel I'm strict enough for it on him.
He's got access to a lot more deadlier things than we did.
That's why I think I need to be more strict with him. Like I just, and it's so crazy. Like different times in life, though, right? So I was like, when I was about to have at 30 something, I might have been too crazy on one end, right? Just my beliefs were just so rigid, so to speak, to a large extent, in certain things, right? So I'd have been really strict. I'd have been so focused on that. Now I'm a grandfather, father, right? Grandfather, father, right? He could be my grandchild, and you gotta, you put some things in place, but you don't. I still think for myself, I'm not as rigid as I would have been at one time.
I see what you're saying. I mean, but it comes with maturity. What do you think, Damon?
Think about it, man. When I start having my kids, I think I spanked each one of them maybe once or twice, man. But then after a while, it stopped making sense to me, man. Because it felt like I was breaking them. You know what I'm saying? And I was done after that, man. And the crazy man part about it, they remember those few times. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was only a few
so
times.
That tells you, that lets you know how it affects them.
Ja'Quar, what about you? What are your feelings about it?
When I became a parent, man, it definitely made me appreciate the talks before those ass kickings. It made me appreciate that, man, because I was able to rationalize things in the sense to where I didn't have to kick nobody. I mean, plus, I had a stepchild, so I mean,
right.
I wouldn't, feel right, putting my hand, you know what I mean. So
makes sense.
Yeah. I barely hit my kid. I'm just saying in general, just general strictness, right? Because sometimes I don't come with corporal punishment. It just comes with you can't do shit. Like you in a boot camp up in this month. So but you never know. Like but I'm there every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm there every day, all day, right? So I say I worked with juvenile detention for all my life, basically, and I got mind control over Debo, right? So I could talk to these kids no matter for different generations now and kind of get them. So I can rationalize, but when you 7, 8, that ain't really making no sense yet. You know what
everything is why.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? And it's the most innocent, innocuous question, man, on the face of the planet. One word. Why?
I think it would disarm me hearing the why. It would disarm me hearing the why if I was not doing something that they needed. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel like, oh man, why? But then a lot of times what I did with my sons is I gave them the freedom that we received. By being the oldest, I'm gonna tell you something. We might have gotten in trouble, but we got a lot of freedom from our parents. You know what I'm saying? Some people would say there's a freedom to fuck up. Because Damon, you and Ja'Quar know that our dad would sit us down randomly and talk to us about life, period. probing our heads and what's what and what you think and how you think. You feel what I'm saying? Because it is good to feel like you have a choice in the matter. See, that's the thing. When you feel like you ain't got no choice, and whether your parent is right or wrong, and they are dealing out some kind of punishment toward you, and you feel like you don't have a choice, you don't feel like you could have done something differently, you feel a little isolated. And to me, that was 50-50. You feel me? But like growing up.
I felt isolated till I was about 14 years old. That's when he let me out of solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? You talk about freedom. Shh. I was witnessing it from afar.
Hey, Damon, stop that, man. Stop that. You and I are a year apart. So
Stop what?
I understand the freedom that you and I had. Now you, and I've always respected you about it. You was willing to push the envelope. Like, yeah, man, I can stay out to 9, but shit, 11 o'clock is when the motherfuckers be doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? You was willing to do that. You know what I mean? I was the oldest, and I had that fear, like shit. You know what I'm saying? But you was like, yo, wait a minute, man. Come on, man. Let's do this. That's the kind of freedom I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the kind of freedom where you and I, we had friends who couldn't do nothing. Hell, they couldn't even talk to us in front of their houses. You feel what I'm saying? But the kind of freedom I'm talking about was my mom would come to us and like, damn, why y'all sitting in front of this damn TV? Get your ass out and go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of freedom.
Yeah, I was outside.
Yeah.
I ain't had no curfew. I mean, like when I was a teenager, it was like I had no curfew, but I didn't abuse it because I knew if I go crazy, she gonna put the hammer down. So I just used it wait till the weekend. Then I'm like, I'm out. I'm on the street. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing.
Look, I was the prototype. I don't know about Fluke and Jaquari, but all the way up until the beginning of my senior year, I was in the bed by 9:30. That's no lie. I was in the bed. You know what I'm saying? But then
that's why I had my ass to the bed.
Look, as the senior year went along, and I had a little girlfriend, I started stretching that out more and more and more because I knew, quote unquote, my freedom was coming because I was going to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
It happened for me. It happened 9:30 start for me in my junior year, man. And I don't know. We was in the living room watching something. I don't know what it was. And Ma, she looked at me and said, "It's time. Go to bed." Like, Ma, look, okay, yeah, this whole 9:30 curfew going to bed thing is not working for me. And you probably beat me for it. Okay, I understand. But I'm not going to bed at 9:30 no more. I'm not.
I remember.
I'm responsible. You ain't never had the police come past here for nothing about me. So I mean, you won't give it to me, so I got to take it. And if I got to heal up as a consequence, then fuck
it. I got sent mixed messages. He told me, he said, son, listen, I'm gonna whoop your ass, but it's not because I did what you did. Hell, it'd be a couple of days before I got home. Your problem. That's exactly what he said. He said, your problem is your mama be in my ear, so I'm gonna be in yours.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what's so crazy about that was me and Damon only a year apart, but with 2 years as far as school is concerned. So that's how they always looked at him. But in reality, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So my mama, I would just so happen to be walking in the door after going on my girl house, because I used to lay up under that with her old beautiful self. Used to lay up under her house, getting on her parents' nerves and shit, eating up all their food. I come in the house about 11:30. You know what I mean? And Damon would be out with our good friend Eric. And you know, him and Eric going on adventures, and Eric using him, you know, because Damon was the smooth one, you know, the girls was running towards him. So Eric had the car, so Damon had the charisma. It was a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying?
Symbiosis.
I would come in the house, and my mom was a typical mother back in them days. Until you walked in the house, she wasn't going to bed. She was not going to sleep. You know what I mean? So I would walk in the door, and she would holler downstairs, Keith, Fluke. I said, it's me, Ma. Is Fluke with you? I don't know. I think he might be outside. I'm trying to cover for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, don't lie for that boy. Is he out there? I don't know, Ma. Let me go look. Next thing I know, she going, I hear her waking my dad up because he's asleep, waking him up. You know he ain't home yet. But Marge, he come home every night. Now this is an actual conversation. He come home every night, Marge. What the hell you want me to do? John, I'm just saying. John. She would always do it. John. Every time he fell asleep until Fluke came into the door. John. Right? Then when Fluke come in the door, she'll call down the stairs. Then she'll walk down the stairs and she'll look at him and say, go to bed. Say, y'all go to bed. Right? And this would happen. And this happened the most my senior year. Fluke was a sophomore. But like I said, he's a year apart from me. So, you know, he's trying to stretch out like me because everything we did together. But he got confused with the numbers. I'm getting ready to leave, man. I just had to, bro, just suck it up. You get ready to get this thing going. Just chill out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But he looked at me. He said, hey, man, he ain't say nothing. Just in his eyes, he's like, look, you make perfect sense, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Wow, we think back, but I trying to get it together for the young man. He's gonna be good though.
No doubt, man. But what I find,
he ain't a bad kid though. That's what's good. You know what I mean? Like, see me at his age.
Yeah,
I was already 2 years going to school by myself, walking across streets, walking blocks, and everything in school. And
the three of us know. we know, don't we, fellas?
So I had to be socially. I had to know how to play myself in. My social development was early because you can't be out here hot boy because you're exposed to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you're exposed to the higher grade people, the street people, anybody. You're exposed to anybody, right? So you got to be moving a certain way. Where this dude walk out the door, get in the car, get out the car, walk into school, right? So he's not having that social really intelligence and stuff like that. Then he got him in school now where they singing your name when you get out the car. Hey, no, Joe, clapping. Like, yo, get you up out of here. Like, you got to get up out of here. That ain't how it go in life. You know what I mean? So socially, you even get more. So I sent him to a football camp. And so it was at a Catholic school that's like a prominent football program, high school program out here. But they got a lot of the hood kids come to the camp, I believe, right? So he in the camp. So he's like, yo, I was at camp. The kids was cursing, saying the N-word and all that. They was cursing. And I told them, watch your words. And I said, what they said? They said, shut the fuck up, nigga. I said, I'm signing you up for 2 weeks.
Damn right.
That's the world.
Listen,
You need to learn that. You need to learn to shut
let
the
me
fuck
just tell you something. I would not trade me and my brother's upbringing for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, neither would I. Neither would I.
Just for the simple fact, and I say that, and Jaquari and Damien, y'all can comment on this. We seen some hard shit. So that don't exclude us from everybody else because people run into that kind of stuff, right? But the thing about it is, it made me into the person I am. Meaning I don't fear nothing. Right? But I'm careful as hell though.
Oh, absolutely. I know that feeling.
Because the thing about it is
you
that upbringing, you recognize what somebody's trying to do to you. As far as socially trying to do to you, trying to dominate the situation, trying to do. A lot of people don't understand that kind of interaction. You know what I'm saying? I am more, and Jaquari, I want you to comment, then you, Damon, and then you, Dre. I am more when it comes to other people, social interactions with people. My personality speaks with, okay, I won't say nothing until you infringe on me and what I am trying to do. Then I'm fully committed to it until I see that your behavior has changed. See what I'm saying? But I won't say anything if the flow is, even though you have a distraction, the flow is still going in the direction I needed to go. That's me. Now, being confrontational, all three of y'all know I'm confrontational as fuck when I want to be. But when it comes to life and just my experience in life, understanding when to do that and when not to do that, I think I have a decent grasp on it. Jaquari, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's as far as social interactions go, I mean, I'm constantly checking temperatures, and I'm telling people that hey, it's been a rough day. I'm moving kind of slow, and the people who know me, they understand that that's spoke speak for don't fuck with me right now, But when I do have to interact with somebody who don't know me, I mean, I try to give as much grace as possible. And when I start to sense offense coming, then I end the conversation. Because me standing around trying to tell a grown person, how they're gonna address me and talk to me and handle me, I've lost already. That's my opinion. So I mean, I do a lot of not fucking with people.
That's real. That's real. Damon, what about you?
Oh man, my experience is like because I came up under you, I was always challenged, man. You know what I'm saying? So I always had a chip on my damn shoulder, man. Everybody wanted to try me some way, somehow. And I pretty much after y'all graduated, I pretty much kept it myself, man. And I had a goal. My goal was to go to college, so I changed a lot. I mean, like you said, I've seen a lot of stuff, man, and I felt lucky, to, I ain't gonna say survive because I wouldn't be too dramatic, but get through certain things, man. You learn from it, and then you become something else, man. And then you surround yourself with like people, and that's pretty much how I went about things.
Okay. Andre.
Yeah. For me, for the most part, I'm kind of what you said, Keith. I'm like, as long as you ain't really pushing it to me too much, I probably ain't going. say nothing. I might even adjust a little bit if I have to, slightly, not to the point that noticeable, but I'm like, you know what? I might adjust slightly. Because I've been around just people just want to be dominant all my whole life, right? Whether it's my family, which is large, or the streets or whatever, there's people that always want. I tell my people I work with now, I ain't fighting to talk. And I'm supposed to be the one doing the talking. I ain't fighting to talk. So I was always really just quiet because I'm like, I'm not fighting to talk. So I just lay back. So, but then when I do go, I go. So like, and I give you chances. Like, yo, don't do that no more. Like, I'm gonna try to. Then if I go, I'm willing to, like, not conscious, but I'm ready to go how far I gotta go because you took me there, and I know I didn't do that because that's not how I move, right? Now, I had times in my life though where I was more aggressive. Like, I'm not a naturally aggressive person. I naturally don't like violence at all, but societal stuff and stuff will make you kind of participate in being things sometimes during my adolescence, early ages, where I don't know no better, where you get stuff that you don't, that's not really even innate to you, right? That's something I was anti-violence. Just the first time I saw violence, I thought I hated it. Like, I didn't want to see it. So I would type dudes. They say they fighting over there. I'm not going to see the fight.
Right.
I was the one type dudes like, oh, they fighting over there. All right.
Don't care.
And people go see it. I don't want to see it.
It's anybody I know. You know
Right.
what I'm
And as long as there's anybody I know, right? But then if somebody I know, then now I could be on the other side of let's get it. Right. So I was like that. But I've always tried to be kind of like, there's times I heard stuff where I just didn't address it, where if I addressed it, I don't know what the outcome could have been.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just hear something like them, I hear them over there talking shit, but they ain't coming to me with it. So I ain't gonna say nothing about it, right? Unless you keep talking too much. But there's times when somebody's talking too much and I don't like nobody talking around me, right? Like, you talking shit, right? You just talking a lot of crap around me. Because I'm gonna have to act. My innate thing says, so who are you talking to? I need to make sure you're not talking to me.
No, just to get the audience, I'm laughing because I know I've seen him do this before. So, but go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, just like don't say it to me. Don't talk around me. Are you talking about me? No. Then I can. I'm gonna move on. Like, so that annoys me. That could get me kind of changed quick. But otherwise, I've never been on. I'm really more harmonious type person. You know what I mean? I come every day, try to be joyful. So like every day I try to wake up that way. I try to always come that way. And I work with juveniles and detention for years. And then if I wasn't working directly with them, I was supervising people that worked with them. So I always wanted to come with some positive energy because it could be real morbid and damning and traumatic and everything. So everybody's in there just on different stuff. Everybody's traumatized up in the place. So I try to come like with a positive atmosphere. So I'm gonna end it like this. My motto is I dwell on the positive and deal with the negative. You know, some people dwell on the negative. No, I don't dwell on no negative.
Gotcha.
I dwell on the positive shit. And I just handle the negative shit.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to segue into our topic tonight. So I think y'all let me know if I did a good job when I say this. What we just discussed when it comes to your interpersonal relationship with your wives and women in your past is what you just said connected to your overall personality, or is it just separate? You guys understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think I do.
Mm-hmm.
Damon, what about you?
No, repeat it again because I'm trying to follow. You said segue into.
No, you paid attention to the wrong thing. You was almost there. No, I'm trying to segue into the topics, but I'm saying what you were just talking about, how you handle things in your life. Is that directly connected to your relationship to your wife and to women of your past?
Definitely connected to my wife, man, because that's what I was looking for. Like I said, I changed my surroundings, and I wanted this certain thing, you know. And she was that from the very beginning, you know.
Got you.
And that's what it was, you know. That was life for me.
I like that answer, brother. I
That's
like that.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Andre, what about yourself?
I think it depends on. So everywhere I go, I bring me for the most part. You know, some people you got to kind of be a little bit more. Not saying in the past, I wouldn't say no. Some people in the past, some people. I never was domineering. I'm not a domineering person. So in a relationship, I've kind of always been like, I want you to be able to. I want to hear what you got to say about me. I don't want you to feel like you can't tell me nothing, something like that. So I'm kind of the same way. I would say I'm kind of the same wherever I go. I can't. I'm not talented enough for the most part, particularly in the long term, or I'd have enough energy to kind of switch who I am. Now I got to sometimes some places might cause you to be more assertive. Some things, roles you play, you have to be more assertive. But the core of myself is just always the same. More at the same temperament consistently for the most part.
Okay. Okay. Jaquar.
Well, I mean, I got a code switch a lot, man, between my house and the world or whatever, because you know there's a lot of shit I accept from my wife that I won't accept from anybody else. You know, and I'm not trying to put some kind of negative light on her, uh, because anything that's happened between us, positive or negative, I've been wholeheartedly a part of. You know what I mean? I can't say that with my interactions at work, because I mean there's certain things that I don't put my heart into at work. I don't put I don't put my heart into the pursuit of respect at work.
Oh, okay.
I don't. But the thing is, I feel like I'm respected. But it's as far as being domineering or assertive, I don't have to use those tactics. You know, because
That's
that's
it.
what when it boils down, to the bones. That's what it is. Those are tactics.
What I did learn though, you learn different personalities, right? So for instance, one time somebody I know was having an argument with somebody, right? So I was listening to the argument and I was like, listen, hold on. Was you trying to get them to hear what you were saying, or did you just want to say something? They said, why you asked that? I said, because you was rude as hell. You didn't say it like you wanted them to take heed. You said it like you wanted to just let them know how you felt about something, right? It was like, well, you can't tell me how to communicate about it. It's like, well, it's a difference. It's a difference how you tell people. You want somebody to take heed and maybe hear what you got to say, or you just trying to throw a dart at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so I found that some people are more sensitive to things too when you talk to them. So certain things you just kind of might adjust for different circumstances in your life, right? Like like if you coach the team, some people need the hard. You garbage. You ain't working hard, and some people need the praise. Like so, you just got. So I think working with so many personalities that I work with, I kind of can be versatile in that regard. Still staying close to my core though, but I could be like, all right, this person don't even hear you if you try to be rational.
That's it.
So you might have to be more live and direct with them. Whereas somebody else can't take the live and direct.
Sometimes you have to take from people. Sometimes instead of them giving it freely, you actually have to. They want you to take it from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of times, when I'm dealing with a difficult kid, man, I'll ask him, man, are you trying to self advocate, or are you trying to grandstand? Because
Mm-hmm.
because guess what? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do both.
Mm-hmm.
But if it don't make sense, I'm gonna squeeze you, bro.
That
Because
makes sense.
you wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting my time, man. You can waste your friend's time, man, but you're here, and you're interacting with me for a purpose. You know,
Right.
and it's not a numbers game for me, man. You know, I'm trying to build good neighbors.
How
You know,
about that?
I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to, you know, show you ways to conduct yourself in here. So, you know, when you move in next door to me, I ain't got to contemplate blowing your head off, bro,
How about that?
and vice
But
versa.
and it sounds like y'all like right. If you go to relationship wise, y'all been like in relationships for a long time. There's a lot of stuff that just don't deserve a response. Like I mean, I'm wise enough too, right? Like certain stuff is like, and I was like, I don't have tumultuous relationship, but certain stuff I'll be like, you know what? I already know that. If it could be a TV show though. Like, well, I know if I comment on that, like, now this we about to go down a rabbit hole. Like, and I'm,
Mhm.
so I'm not gonna comment on that. Right?
Yeah.
You just start learning, like, mm, that one ain't worth it right there. And it's not gonna be arguing. It's just like you might just talk too much down through the show now. I don't miss the show. You know, any type of thing, right? That you just start recognizing how to navigate the relationship to not, become like a petty situation, right?
Yeah.
I can tell when we about to have an argument at night. My wife and I, we rarely argue about like our stuff, like we rarely that, but we have the biggest argument over some bullshit. Like, but it'd be like something like watching a TV show. It'd just be some bullshit, like, and just be like, we just had a big ass argument, but that shit wasn't about nothing about our life.
Nothing.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But we are like upset, so to speak. And I'm like, so sometimes I'm like, I'm not even going. I ain't gonna speak on this one. Like, as soon as you hear the conversation go a certain way, like your answer, you like, okay, I'm over here with it.
I think this my answer to that is the fact that I treat everyone the same. But when it comes to my relationships in the past and with my wife now, I am honest to the point of them being irritated with me. Meaning, I've always been the type of person like, yo, you tell me how you feel, I'm going to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you make the mistake to tell me something for a fact, I'm still going to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But the frustration comes in is the fact that I believe what you said, even though you was actually grandstanding.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So basically what it is, and I say that because I've been a victim and I've been a perpetrator of that. But what God has blessed me with, man, I mean this completely, is to learn from my mistakes. So when I did it, feeling foolish came in spades. Feel what I'm saying? The other person, my wife, I can't say what she felt because I try to give you everything. Because see, it's marriage is compromise, man. I don't care what anybody says. Marriage is compromise, and men compromise the most, especially.
Oh yeah, marriage. Oh, definitely compromise. Hell yeah, I can't speak for a woman how they compromise. But I just
No,
know it's
bro.
compromise, especially the younger you are.
Look. I'm going out on a limb to say that we as men, and I'm talking about the men in the same mind as me, understanding what I want, but my wife's happiness overrides what I want a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's something that I need, I don't care. You can be unhappy, but I need this. To me, want and need, want is a fanciful thing. Need
One
is
is a privilege.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Need is something that you need to exist and be who you are.
That's a fact.
You know?
But it's but that's what it is. Like, yeah, like you just be honest. But my thing is, like, somebody used to tell me since I went so long, he's like, you looking for perfection. You looking for perfection. Like, you looking for some perfect spouse or something. When I was single, and I was like, no, I'm not looking for no perfection. I said I'm looking for a feeling. Like it's a feeling. Like I think Fluke kind of alluded to it. Like you was looking for something, you found it, right? And I was like, that's what I'm looking for, a feeling. Like I don't know if it's short, tall, fat, skinny, small. What I don't know. I can't tell you what it looks like. I just want to know. I'm gonna know it when I feel it, though.
No doubt.
And I was just fortunate enough. I felt it or had felt it already, and we went out, went and lived our lives, and we happened to get back together. But I had felt it then, way back when, and then we just happened to get back together.
That's real.
You know what it was for me, man? It was the newness of it. I knew what I was looking for, and as I was experiencing it, I was like, damn, it was new to me. I was introduced to some things, and I loved it, you know? And I wanted that to be my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wanted that to be my life, and it makes sense to be with somebody that can provide that for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And recognize, you know, the direction that you're going into.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense, but
To me, you are.
I mean, even to this day, I still dream the same way. I still think about doing things the same way. Oh man, you know what? Once I get this taken care of, we gonna do this. It's always we.
Mm-hmm.
You know. She asked me one time, would you go to Europe without me? And I thought about it for a minute. And I honestly, I said, what the fuck am I gonna do over there by myself? You know what I'm saying? I literally thought that.
So what the hell I'm gonna do with
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but be on the phone with your ass every night, talking about, man, well, you know you missed out on this nice cuisine meal I had.
Right.
I always dreamed about having.
look,
Then my ass on my shoulders now.
this
You
Roman
know you could have brought your ass with me.
this Roman Coliseum ain't nothing but a piece of rubble. But hey,
Right. That's what you be downplaying. Like it's really nothing. But no, my boys they go. My people from home they go to like Aruba. Aruba got the Soul Fest like every Memorial Day weekend. So he's going for the last 10 years or so. So I went one time since I was married. I went by myself. I think it was my 50th birthday, something like that. Then I went next time. I was like, I'm coming, man. I said I'm coming there the first day by myself, but then my wife coming the next day, y'all. Like, word, son? Yeah, my wife coming. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm gonna be out in this tropical spot, chilling with y'all. I'm chilling with y'all then, because my wife ain't gonna be like, she gonna be like, go do you, whatever. We good. But I'm like, I'm bringing my wife. Like, so then a couple of my boys first, but then my boys later on be like, yo, I came to do something. He was like, you didn't bring your wife? Like, she cool as hell. Like, yeah, I'm gonna bring her because I mean that's who I want to run with. Like, I'm gonna be out here and be like, yo.
Look, my single friends is my dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the same responsibilities or agendas and nothing, bro. And I'm not trying to blow smoke, but that's some real shit.
No, we don't have the same agenda. Like I ain't trying to find nobody.
That's some real shit. Like, what the fuck? And I'm vibing with what you said. That's a waste of a tropical paradise, bro.
What? I'm out there like, what? Son. I need my wife here now.
Yeah. No, listen. Now Brazil might be a different story, but go ahead.
You know what's crazy, man? Like I would go down to the class reunions down.
I couldn't even go to Brazil. God, I'd be fired when I came home.
Look, real quick, Damon. I want you to tell what you were going to say.
No, I say I would go down there, man. Oh, go ahead.
No, real quick. I was always able to go to Brazil until YouTube started showing what be going on in Brazil. And my wife was like, man, you out of your goddamn mind.
I'm not even saying it. I'm not even saying the word Brazil in the crib. Like flight in the same sentence.
Go ahead, Damon.
Hell, y'all go ahead. I'm enjoying listening to y'all brothers, man.
No. Go about the class reunion, man.
No, man. just to piggyback on what y'all was saying, I would go down there and the first question they asked me is, where's Nita at?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
where's Nita at? Everybody. And I'm like,
But Damon, in all fairness though, you and Benita were the team. What word am I looking for? Your teammates respected you and Benita's relationship. Benita knew about was friends with your teammates, and is it fair to say that their girlfriends? Am I right?
a few of them, yeah.
But no. Let me just say this. When I say that, is that me and Jaquarian came up a couple times, and in celebration of us coming up, y'all would have little get-togethers over
Yeah.
y'all spot, and you and Benita would be holding court. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So
Mm-hmm.
that was just in response to what you said. They asked about Benita because it's true though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, I think that was a good transition segue into this next topic. We're gonna have a little fun with these next two joints, right? This is not putting you guys on the spot, but I have confidence that you guys will give me honest answers, no matter how short or how long they are. Okay? If they're short, raise your hand, and then we're gonna move on. All right. So the first one is, if someone asked your wife if you were happy, what do you think her answer would be? We'll go with you. I'll go ahead, Jaquar.
She would say, he's taken care of. She's taken care of. I mean, as far as my as far as
my silence ain't trying to spur you to say some more. I was getting ready to move on because I saw that smirk on your face, like, don't ask me no more about this right now.
no, because quite simply, I mean, my happiness is not really a responsibility.
Good point. Good point. I like that. I like that. Dre, what about you?
Yeah, I would think she was say I think he's happy, right? Because I think Jabari hit it though, right? It's hard because I determine that, right? But if I'm happy, yeah, she would probably say, as a whole, yeah, man, she would probably say, yeah, he's happy. And yeah, I'm happy. It's just like, what can I be like not happy about? It's not micros. I mean, it's not in my house, right? If I'm not happy, it's not with anything that's in here.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be external, if anything.
Gotcha.
And that's just society as it is, the world we live in now. You know stuff like that. But in the world we've been living in, to tell you the truth. But internally, nah. She probably like, you talking about the house? He's happy with his family. Yeah.
Gotcha. Damon, what about you?
I think a lot depends on who's asking, man. You know.
Damn,
And then
you threw a wrinkle in there. I like that. Go ahead.
right, that's the truth, man. She's a very private person, man. You know, the first thing she be thinking is, why is they asking me about my man? You know what I'm saying? What's the deal with that? You know? And the first thing she's gonna do is come back and be in my ear. Hey, what's going on? Why they asking you? Why they asking me if you happy? I mean, what's that about?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's exactly where she would go with it. You know.
You done? You good?
Yeah.
My answer to that is, my wife know I'm easy. You know what I mean? Along the lines of, if it's something outside of what she could do, she know I would pursue it, especially if it's just something simple. But when it came to us, I would like to think she would say, as far as I know, he is. Because she knows there's certain things that I see that's taken care of, that I'm good when it comes to our relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because from the summer of 1986, when I met her, I've always seen her as the same person. And you know we've all changed physically, mentally, and all that. But I see my wife as the same person that I wanted to marry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as her, when I had a gut
Right.
and she had a problem with it, I respected it because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when she met me, I didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? I was a monster. You feel me?
Mhm.
So if that was a part of her allure to me, I wouldn't like it, but I had to respect it. Me, when it came to her, even though my wife is a good-looking woman, very pretty, beautiful personality, that is not why I'm with her. I'm with her because of her spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been that. You know what I mean? So it's a funny thing, man, where I see people, you know how we can critique people when they like, look, yeah, especially when it's old heads like us, right? And they've been with their wife for 25, 30 years, and all of a sudden, I'm talking about the guy. All of a sudden, yo, I gotta let her go. I'm bored, or this or that, or she not keeping herself together, whatever, right? And I always seem to look through that, like, no, this is you. If you have been with your wife this amount of time and she has done nothing to in a detrimental situation. Now, if she did something or continue to do something that hurt you and hers relationship, I respect it. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. But if you come out the blue like, oh, she got one too many gray hairs, man, I can't fuck with that. No, that's you. That's my opinion. Like, yo, if that small thing bothers you in which you can walk away, no, that's some internal stuff going on with you. And that's
But
just
yeah, I would say that's internal. I would say some things internal. I mean, some people
my opinion.
enter things for different reasons. Like some people are real. Visual means a lot to them, right? Visual means a lot to them, right? So like sometimes I even think like, damn, like me, I ain't in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I'm better than I was 2 months ago, but I ain't damn near as good as I should be, right? But at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, I kind of owe it not only to myself, but I owe it to her to look good, though, right? Like, like when I get married, I recognize, like, damn, you leave the house, you represent your family,
That's
right?
your
Now,
self-esteem, though, Trey.
it's this whole different representation that I had as a single man for a long period of time. So,
But
I represent.
it's your self-esteem, man. It's who you are.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
I
when
mean,
you be like, oh,
that's going to motivate you to do a certain thing.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Motivate
what
you to do a certain thing because I owe it to myself, though, really, because I'm like, I damn sure she can't be happy with this shit because I ain't. So to speak, right? Like she can't be happy with it. I ain't happy with it. Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and she might not even be thinking about it, but like you said, self-esteem. Like, I know she like, look at this shit. Look at this. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right. But everybody be into stuff for different reasons. But like 25 years, I see it happen. Like some people, like to the points you made some good points. They say things like I know somebody that was married 28 years. They told me I'm getting the big D. I'm getting the big D divorce. Like what? She's not motivated enough and stuff like that. She ain't motivated enough. Like what? Like she's bilingual, but she don't use that to her advantage and all that. And I'm like, then I started thinking like, well, you did tell me you got a lot of tax debt, right? So for all them years, she probably never was that, but you was getting it. But now that you owe that tax stuff, now you're like, yo, I need you to help me get out of this, and I don't feel you doing enough. So that's my thing. And like, yo, is it that? Because she been that probably.
Yeah.
But now that bill over your head, you feel like she's not willing to, she can't assist you the way you need it to.
Pressure bust pipes. Pressure bust pipes.
Pressure bust pipes. That's a good example. Good saying. So it'll be a lot of, but people just selfish in a lot of ways anyway, even though it'll be a lot of compromise, right? You get selfish. Don't let a dude be working out crazy and his wife be not doing nothing. He gonna be like, oh, she ain't keeping up with herself. Or vice versa. Don't let her be working out crazy and you be chilling.
That's real.
And she gonna be like, oh, you don't care about yourself. So
It's self-esteem, man. Because you, to me, this is how I feel. You have a self-esteem problem if you start working out, you miss it, and you lose a massive amount of weight, and you look good for your age. Then you look at your partner. They might not be motivated to do these things, right? Now, before you started working out, you had no problem with that person. None whatsoever. But then when you start working out, now all of a sudden, now I understand the health. Let's throw that in there. If your man or the woman health is in jeopardy because they have this overeating lifestyle or something like that, I get that. But the fact that you started working out and you were successful at it, now all of a sudden you're looking at your partner like, damn, I don't like it. I don't like the way the seat smell when you get up. It smells sour.
Damn.
No, I said that because I heard that before. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? No, you looking for, to me, my opinion now, you're looking for excuses to be the bad guy. That's what it means to me.
I mean, but man and woman, man, anytime somebody feel like they got one up in a relationship, it takes a big person not to use it. It takes a real big person not to use it.
I don't know, Barbie. I mean, I've been, because of my job, I've always had to work out. My wife never works out. She never works out. You know what I mean? But she's not overweight. She's not any of these things. She just never worked out. But I never looked at her and say, well, damn, you chilling. I'm coming in after the gym and shit. I'm coming in with my Afterglow. And she's sitting up there at the kitchen table, gonna cook me a meal and all this shit. And I find a critique because she wasn't at the gym with me. The fuck is that? Now,
some people been looking for an excuse.
People do that. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. Some people been looking for an excuse.
And it's not even so much for me to gym. Where my beef comes in, it's like, who are you to try to press somebody to be motivated?
That's
true.
That's true.
If you like Dre said, if paraphrasing, if when we met you was a couch potato, why do I have an expectation for you to change that for me?
That's true.
I don't have any. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say that's a big thing for like just thinking that people said about women in one, like just women in one time, right? Like you think you could change him from what he was, right? So he met him like, oh, but he ain't. I'm gonna try to make sure he don't be that no more. But they put their best efforts for it. But like, nah, you met him, he was that. Now you don't have no ambition. I ain't had no ambition when you met me.
I look.
When did I have to show you ambition?
I like my $50,000 a year job. I like it.
Right.
You know, until I met you, shit, I thought I was maintaining my business.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, just your last little thing had an LLC and the t-shirt business, and goddamn it, you comparing and you exiting Owen and shit, and if he had so much on the ball, then why you ain't with him?
That's real.
Why you ain't with him? And why do I need to have a conversation, you know, about a dude who done fucked you over? I don't have the intentions to do that, and I'm nowhere near the space where he found it comfortable to be able to treat you like that. I ain't near that.
Right.
You know, let me create my own fuck ups.
Right. Don't hold me for the crimes of another person.
Yeah, don't judge me for somebody else's fuck ups. Come on, that it ain't fair.
Well, you didn't resolve it before you got into the next situation.
That's real.
You find a resolution in it, right?
That's real.
But really, at the end of the day, some people be looking for like they have this image of what they want, right? But they gotta be real. So you want the NBA player, right? But you want him home too. What's your man say? Your man, he a foul dude, Bobby Womack. See, my woman, she won't be there. But I can't make the money.
That's
If
real.
you think
You said what?
Yeah, man. Yes,
He
sir.
said, when I'm home, I'm broke.
You said complain about what you ain't got, what your girlfriend's got. If you think
That's real.
you're lonely now,
Yes,
goddamn it,
sir. Wait until the night.
wait
Right.
till tonight,
You can't have
goddamn it.
everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get everything.
Yes, sir. I mean, and that's the truth, man. I know there's no exact answer. See, that's the thing, because it's different personalities. Damon, you always say it. What God did was make everybody different. I'm paraphrasing. Make everybody different from each other. You know what I'm saying? So what works for one person won't work for the other. That's just it. Not because they didn't want it to work for them. It's just in their personality that it may not work for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like, I hate these days, it's the cookie cutter thing. And it's a small percentage, but we get saturated with that same tired opinion from the women, where if he ain't making six figures and he ain't for me, right? But what you doing? I ain't doing shit. You know, I'm just giving out the poom poom. I'm just showing him a good time and a beautiful woman. That ain't got nothing. That don't correlate to it. And then the man, well, shit, she got to bring something to the table, and this and that. No, the fuck they don't. It's who you. What are you trying to do? Create a business, or are you trying to maintain a relationship? The two can coexist. Now, one can't take away from the other, but they can't coexist. It's not possible. To me, it's never been possible. You make your way through things. You make your way through everything, right? But when a woman run into a man, say, all right, let's do this extreme, real extreme, pro athlete, whatever it is, right? He got money, right? But his personality, because if you're a professional athlete, things come to you easily in real life. They come to you easily because you have the money and you have the persona. Let's just throw that, just put it right there. This figuratively speaking, that's what it right there, right? But you don't have the maturity of the growth to be around people. You're used to getting your way. Men and women, celebrities, used to getting your way because of who you are. How are you going to, if you don't allow it, how are you going to pour into a relationship, a real one? It's not possible. Hell, two broke people or two middle class people or two people who's living well off, if they don't have the personality to mesh, it won't work.
Well, you might not be happy. It might work though. Like, cause like some people like, what you in love with the money, or you in love with the, or you want to be in love, right? Some people like, yo, I don't even care. Like, I'm good though, cause I got this bank account. So they might not necessarily be happy with their relationship in that regard. Like, I don't have my soulmate or the love of my life or nothing like that. But I got this account, this bank account. I got this access to funds, this access to all these different things. So that might drive a person. I really don't like. I don't know what works and don't work. I just know that sometimes somebody's looking for something so grandiose, like you said, this figure with all this money. But meanwhile, your love of your life is driving the bus, and that's no disrespect to bus driver. I'm just saying, like, the love of your life has a career. He's an honest person doing good work, good person, everything like that. And you want to give him you won't give him the time of the day because so a lot of people go. That now more than ever, people going their whole lives and not finding nobody because you're looking for this Prince Charming.
Yeah.
And
Damon,
meanwhile, the
what you
dude looking in your face every day, telling you he loves you to death, good dude, everything like that. But you're like, he ain't ambitious for me enough. Like, what?
He don't check all my boxes, so
Right, everybody. Crazy.
So what you think, Damon?
For me, man, it's all about that person safeguarding your secrets, man. You know, safeguarding all the struggles and trials and tribulations you went through. You know what I'm saying? And recognize the growth that came out of it. You know, and support you with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only expectation they have of you is you being yourself. You know, you can see what people don't realize is that a man and woman together is the strongest bond in the world, man. You could build anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you and that woman decide you want to build, you can build it if y'all on the same page. You know, add on if you got money, she can figure out a way to help you add on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's ours.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I think it's exact hours. I think that's kind of my relationship. I would say is not no keeping score type of thing. It's hours. Stuff is just hours, right? You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not all in your stuff. You know, my stuff, but stuff is ours, right? So it's not like I did this, you did this. Never. That's not even a thought. It's like it's like that genuine. I think about you. I remember a time, and just in general, like the little stuff kind of means more sometimes than the big stuff, right? Just like that you thought about me. Like, oh yeah, you thought about me. And you like, oh damn, you went to the store and bought me that juice I like. Like, man, that's a lot. Like, man, you know I like that shit. Like, you did that. Like, you think about me when I'm not around. Like, you really
look here, you think about the woman, then you go to the store and buy a dozen roses, and you walk in the house and she see the roses, she pull one out and walk away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She pull one of them out and hold on to that. You know, that's how my woman is, man. Like,
So is that a close but no cigar moment? Like, hey, that's a hell of a tip, boy. I'll need you to try again.
Give me the money.
Yes. Yes. And it was like the thought you could have bought one. It was just the thought that counted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this, man. Now I think the Mega Millions is worth like 1.2 billion, something like that.
Is that high? I don't even know. I should have played.
I'm still mad at them motherfuckers. I'm still getting it, but I'm still mad at them. But go ahead, Damon.
No. Wait, how many of y'all, man, would buy that ticket and then come home and give your wife the ticket?
Just like what you mean? Like give her the ticket? Like
yeah, you go buy it, and then when you get home, you hand her the ticket.
That's what I do.
No, I would say it'd be definitely ours though. I wouldn't.
Bro, no, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm a cash it myself though.
I wouldn't.
I was my wife, but I'm a cash it.
No. This is the truth. This is the truth. just knowing my wife, the character of my wife, because she is a circle the wagon type of person. Me personally, I am a blessing to all God's children if I can be. You understand what I'm saying? Understanding both our personalities. I am holding on to the ticket.
Yeah, me too.
And if I have to put both our names on it to be able to control it, I will. But if there's some other way of putting it on there where she still has full access and I still am able to be the person that I am, you see what I'm saying? That's it. I trust my wife with everything.
Yeah, facts.
This is no bullshit. Trust her with every fucking thing. Sometimes it's too much because I go against this personal shit. I go against my character when I know it's right. But when she said, hey, wait, let's try it this way. I said, I don't think so. No, let's try it this way. All right, now I know it ain't gonna work, but you my dog. I want you to see this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But that's with small stuff.
I'll stay married though.
Just to answer your question, damn it.
I'll stay married though.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But see, it would be a blind trust. So we both have, and the paperwork we both have access to it. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, and look, and I know I'm getting a little too like in this. But that's the best way I can do it because I'm gonna keep that motherfucker, dog.
I'm gonna fuck this up with me until we get this check. When we go to the bank, then we get the money. It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, fuck that. Because I'm not gonna keep saying, hey man, what you do with that ticket? Hey, where's it at now? Hey, let me look at it.
She ain't gonna trust me with the ticket. Like, your ass gonna lose that damn ticket.
When I check the numbers, I'm gonna bring it home and I'm gonna put it in a hand, and then I'm gonna go out in the backyard and dig a hole about 5 feet deep, and I'm gonna give her a choice: either the money or you gonna go in that motherfucker. Just do right. Just do right,
bro.
Just do right. That's all.
You know why I said, and just to add a little bit to it, you want to know why I would keep it? Because God made it possible for me to buy that ticket. So it's supposed to be my responsibility. Now, I would share the responsibility. I have no problem with that. But I would have to do something with it.
So yeah, we could put it, we could decide, because you're going to know I won. We could decide, like, we're going to put it right here. This it, but we get into where we, but at the end of the day, you ain't giving that shit to me. Like, babe, go put the ticket over there and make sure it's good. He like, nah, I don't trust this mom.
I mean, because I don't trust me.
Not to trust me, I'm gonna go take it and spend it. Trust me, I'm gonna lose that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just I know I ain't gonna lose it, but I mean, when I cash the motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck it off.
You ain't gonna
get $2 billion.
First of all, no, sir. No, sir.
I don't care what you say. I'm gonna fuck it off bad.
Hold on.
Fuck it off bad. Because that's what I intend to do.
No. Here's the thing. I'm just saying this. You would not be able to fuck it off. Now, if it was like a couple $1 million, you'd be able to fuck it off. But billions, you have to have a special bank and a special person to help you, to guide you through. They got actual people. They got actual people who are famous for guiding motherfuckers through this shit. So you wouldn't be able to fuck it off.
Now you live off the interest of that shit.
Yeah, they don't do it. They don't do it.
1.2 billion. At the government get theirs, still a whole lot of goddamn money.
700 million?
600 million, 700, 600 million. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm fucking it off. Hey, look,
I got a problem riding. Man, I got a problem, but I'm gonna tell you, I want to ride first class. I want to ride first class. I want to do all the best shit. Not that I don't have extravagant, but I want to ride first class.
No doubt.
I want to go to the best hotel. I want to have the best cribs and shit.
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now. looking at me, if you didn't know me, you would never be able to tell. Period.
Oh, no, you wouldn't be able to tell just seeing me
Because I
walk
would
through the
not.
place.
First of all, I would not be comfortable with that notoriety. I'm not talking about people knowing. I'm talking about nobody knows. I'm still gonna live personality-wise, live the same person that I am. Because
Yeah,
my
this
greatest fear is becoming a dickhead because I have that money. That's real.
at this age, I don't think I would change at all. If I was in my 20s and caught it,
You're supposed to,
I'd
though.
be an asshole. I'd be an asshole out here.
Man,
Who
you
knows?
supposed, in your
But at
20s,
this
you're
age,
supposed to be an asshole, man. I'm sorry.
at this age, I'm like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
It
Look, if you get money, man, and then
doesn't really mean that much to me.
if you get money and it turns you into an asshole, you were always an asshole.
You're right.
You were just afraid to act on it.
Look, hey, Spoke,
Absolutely.
you was humble like a motherfucker
Yeah.
until you got that money. He's like, you know what? I can live now. I can live.
Well, like life did a great job of humbling me because had I just achieved super success, I might have been a little asshole. I might have been an asshole yeah. For a while. Like I think I would have came back to like, oh snap, but I would have had a long asshole period probably.
Listen,
But honestly,
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I won that kind of money, I'm rallying the troop. Hey, y'all, we all need to shut the cribs down. We need to meet in one damn place.
yeah,
Because
I get that.
you got that kind of money, people gonna find out about it. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about it. Some of these states just broadcast your name
Some states
voluntarily.
you don't have to.
In some states you don't have to. I think in North Carolina they give you a couple years before they have to broadcast your name.
I think in Maryland, I think Maryland you might have to say it, but DC you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So if you went to DC, like I'm right on the border, that's why I speak to that, right? So sometimes I buy my tickets from Maryland, sometimes I buy them from DC. And I think
I can't even.
in DC
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine what it be like. I mean, I think I would enjoy it, but I'd be careful as hell, man.
I wouldn't tell nobody though. Where's one? I wouldn't tell
Oh
nobody.
hell no.
I wouldn't tell you. You'd be like, yeah, son, you live a little kind of fat. Yeah, son, a little something came through. I had a little investment, something.
But you know what's so crazy about it is the way I live now, my life is incognito anyway. My brothers would know, but everybody else wouldn't know because I'll be living the same way. It's just all my fucking bills would be paid. You
I wouldn't be living the same way.
And look. I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about it. I would have shinier toys though, but it would be low-key shinier toys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying a fucking Phantom. I'm not buying this. I'm not. No, sir.
No, I ain't buying no Phantom.
Why the fuck would I want that? I'm not a Phantom guy.
Yeah, I probably passed all that in my life, but I'm gonna have I'm not gonna have no big grandiose crib because I don't need no big ass house that I ain't using, right? But I'm gonna have a nice. I probably still stay in my same neighborhood, but I just probably move to the nicer joints. I want something with a nice little pool. My shit gonna be a little nicer. My cars are gonna match my house, but I want to drive in luxury, but I don't need. I might have a house somewhere else. 1.2 billion. I might have a house somewhere where I could have a Ferrari or something. Not that I want to drive fast, but I might be like, I just need to drive this bitch.
I'm gonna tell you, if nobody knows, I don't know how much I would probably move into have a house built, right, low key built. But if nobody knows that I have it, I wouldn't change shit. That's just my own personal opinion.
I think I would just. At the end of the day, I think I would have another place somewhere, right? Where I got flat land.
Oh yeah, it's no doubt.
Some nice shit. So I'm gonna have something somewhere. But my main crib, I probably would still stay in this area I'm at, and just. I haven't been enough places to know if I would just stay here. Shit, I get that money, go someplace. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be over here.
I'll tell you something, and then we're gonna move into our next topic. 3 years ago, I was in Atlanta. Now I'm only about 6 hours away from Atlanta and Raleigh. And I had a couple opportunities to go. I just didn't never go. And coming from Detroit, we always heard about Atlanta because a lot of Detroiters migrated in the 70s, migrated to Atlanta. Early 80s, migrated to Atlanta. A lot of Detroit people down there right now, right? Here's the crazy thing. My first time, like, extended 3 years ago, and I've been here since 2095, right? I was in a subdivision, man, and this affected the hell out of me. I was in a subdivision with houses that was like 4,500 square foot. Beautiful subdivision. It's like about 500 houses in this subdivision, right? I've been in those kind of subdivisions before. And it's been black people in those subdivisions sprinkled throughout those subdivisions, right? And you know, it's white people, right? But this was the first time that was in one of these kind of subdivisions and everyone was all black. That fucked me up, man. Now, I'm the type of guy, I think the four of us are the type of people who've seen just about everything in life. But I can honestly say that was the first time I saw something that overwhelmed me. I was like, this is the wildest shit. And it was low key. We was low key. We was just over someone's house, you know, after a baby shower, right? My wife's nephew. And it was his future in-law's house. But I'm standing out front. I'm seeing neighbors come out. And I was like, holy shit. and I said, does it mean that this is what it means to be black in America? Not understanding that in different places, this is the normal?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You walk up to somebody and ask to speak to the woman at the house, Keith?
So what?
I said, did you walk up to somebody and ask to speak to the woman house like the black people they belong there?
Oh, you go with that bullshit. Go ahead.
This ain't your house. This ain't your house, boy.
Damn.
What was that joint? What was I watching? That movie, Malcolm. What movie was that? The fight. About the fight. And they had Jim Brown was talking to the dude on the porch. And the dude said, "Oh, I got to go in and move this bookcase." They talking real nice to each other. What was the name of that movie? And then they go. It's about the night before Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston. Malcolm X. What's the singer's name?
When they was in the hotel.
The hotel, yeah. So Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, Sam Cooke. So Jim Brown said, "I'll help you move it." He talked to him for like 20 minutes. He talked to him for a long time, real nice, like they're the best friends. Jim Brown said, "I'll come in the house, help you with that." He was like, "Oh, you know we don't let niggas in our house."
Yeah. No, bro.
Oh, no, we don't let niggas in our house.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. Honestly, we come from that generation. See, people younger than us, I'm talking about decades younger than us, don't know that reality, bro. Like, that was some real shit. It wasn't no theatrical movie stuff. That was real.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I remember there used to be white boy neighborhoods, like close to black neighborhoods, where if you were in their neighborhood, they chase you out.
Yep.
By the time I became like a teenager, and that shit happened quick. It happened from like in 5 years, a dramatic difference. Like, yo, they chasing us to the point where they don't even live here no more. Like, literally, like from junior high school, they chasing us. By high school, they're not even in the school no more.
Back home at the crib in Detroit, white people was all in the middle in the inner city. Next thing you know, this is where they came to the term white flight. They moved to the suburbs. You know what I mean? And it got to the point where downtown, other than after 5 o'clock, when people went home after work,
desolate.
It looked like a ghost town. And then it got worse when Detroit started on the economic downturn. But the point I'm trying to make is It is a crazy to understand where we've come from, and you try to help your children understand. But if they don't, because of us, they have not had to live with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy though. But look,
I be thinking about kids. I be thinking about stuff like that though, right? Because like it's like, yo, he can't. Like they teach him cursive, right? So like, but he can't write. I'm like, shit, I barely can write nowadays. Like with a pen, right?
Mhm.
Like we worry about if he can write. Like times have changed. Like when he gonna be writing? Really? Like
look,
at some point in time?
look.
He might not be able to write, but I bet he can text his ass off.
Yeah. So like
Listen,
like certain things have changed. And I say that to say that a lot of times with myself, I had to catch myself like I gotta be trying to figure out their world. Well, they need to figure out where I came from as much. Like it's important, but they on a whole different. Like we had nothing. We didn't have nothing that they got.
see, you know what's
And
great? Yeah.
you're a dinosaur talking to them. Like you talk to them about like stuff like, yo, how the hell you even moved with one phone in the house, one TV?
No. Hey, Trey, forget that rotary phones.
Rotary phone, you know, you got to be
They
fast with
don't
that.
know how to use. These kids don't know how to use rotary phones, man.
Because I seen a flash from a camera the other day, and somebody like it was on Facebook or something. And it was like, if you know what this is, you probably got a gray beard or something, right? Like you know the flash for the camera. You put that shit in front of somebody, they won't know what that is.
Yeah.
So wait till your film to get developed. You know, like now we can take it, erase it, how that picture look. Like back in the days, you had to wait till you got it.
Look, I know kids who are fascinated, man, that we didn't have to charge our phones. Because I mean, don't nobody got landline.
Nobody got landline.
I don't even have a landline. They like
Man.
so how y'all go to bed?
Bro,
We went to bed without the phone, bro.
first of all,
Like, yeah.
I held on to the landline. I have so many friends who gave it up. No, sir. That is staying in my house, man.
No, I said you need it. You need it. Everybody should have a landline.
That should have a landline because when it go down, it's gonna be like that transistor radio. That's gonna be like that radio you used to have back in the day, CB and all that. Like, oh, we can still communicate when stuff go down. When the phone go down, we can still communicate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, look, Damon is back. I want to get this last topic in. We didn't get all the topics I wanted to get in, but you know, I wanted to get this one in, right? So let me ask you a question. Have a little bit of fun with this. In your opinion, is marriage more a partnership or a sponsorship? Explain your answer. Now, I'm asking you to take in what we see nowadays and your actual opinion. What do you think? I'm going to marinate on it, and then Damon, I'm going to let you go first, then Andre, and then Jaquar. I mean, because, you know, if we were to get caught on the social media thing, get caught up on all the, you know, the stuff that external stuff that we keep receiving, right? We would think indirectly it's a sponsorship. You know what I mean? Because the way these entertainers, these women who want to just be kept, how they explain it, what they explain is a sponsorship. But in reality, do you think it's a partnership or a sponsorship? You ready to speak on it, Damon?
I think he might have froze.
You froze? All right, Dre, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I think both. If that in that case, a sponsorship, I think both are being kept. A lot of men being kept too. Like, a lot of women out here real successful and got this stuff going on. And they keeping dudes, right? So when it comes to that, I really can't say society-wise to the simple fact that I know, like, a lot of my friends, they've been married for a long time to their high school sweethearts and stuff like that. In one or two cases, I see sponsorship, and then in a lot of those, in a few cases, I see a partnership, right? Ultimately, probably all partnerships, so to speak, right? Because even the dudes I know that might not, their wives are more so carrying the load.
Mhm.
They do all the other stuff, right? They kind of just switch roles, traditional roles, so to speak. Right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm rearing the kids and stuff, so it's probably more a partnership. So I would say the people I know that is just married and been married for a significant amount of time. That's from the outside looking in. I really don't talk a lot to people, to my friends and stuff, about their relationships unless they bring it to me. I would probably say partnership.
Okay. Okay, Damon, what you think?
Let Jacory go next, man, because I my stuff was messing up. I ain't really get to hear anything.
I mean, no, let me read the question to you.
Uh,
No, what I was saying was, in your opinion, what is marriage? Is it a partnership or a relationship?
I think it's majority relationship, but some partnership in there. You know, because you got to
Damon, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Relationship or sponsorship?
sponsorship.
Sponsorship. You know what a sponsorship is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Relationship.
Okay.
You know, I mean that's the answer I would give. Marriage is more of a relationship
Why do you think?
because you're not gonna be bothered with somebody you can't get along with, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's just the plain truth of it, man. You know,
Mhm.
you have to actually enjoy that person's company, man.
That's real.
You know, actually miss that person when they're not around. You know, um, yeah. You know, it's building, growing and building together. You
Gotcha.
know, so like the Bible said, it's one.
That's real. Okay. Jaquari, what do you think?
Well, for me, it's relationship, man, because the word sponsorship it denotes employment. And if I'm paying somebody, it wouldn't bother me to say, go peel me a grape. I don't know how I look at my wife, if I was able to say that to her and then have her follow through. She my wife. She not, here to service me to service my selfish wants or whatever. We service each other.
Okay.
So partner. It's all about the relationship and the partnership that's strengthened through the relationship.
Gotcha. I got you. Oh, last thing I want to say on that is how you feel, real quick, all three of you guys, how you feel about it, sponsorship, relationship. Does it have more to do with your personality or is it your view on life? Start with you, Andre.
I think kind of fluke. He led something. He got to it. Like you got to be able to deal with somebody. So it's partnership. Like you're gonna be around somebody every day that you don't want to be around, right? So even if that, like I said, even when you talk about that sponsorship type stuff and people around each other, it's probably more a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some people that make money and like don't want their spouse to work. Like how about you don't work? And you hold down this, right? Or whatever. So I would
Yeah,
say if it's a successful relationship, it's probably more partnership than
gotcha,
sponsorship.
gotcha. So, Damon, your view of it, does it have more to do with your personality or is it just the fact that you understanding that that is the best choice?
it has a lot to do with my personality, man. You know what I'm saying? Because as I experience the world, you know what I'm saying, you want to be able to share that with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And your personality dictates, you know, how you're motivated, you know, how you move. You know, just being yourself. You know, if you can't be yourself, then what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just going through the motion.
Yeah.
You know, then it becomes easier 20 years later to say, oh, this ain't working for me. And I'm going to move on and then start all over again.
Good point.
Imagine that.
Good point. Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Years in, bro. Finna be 41. I can't start over. Crazy.
Ja'Quari, what you think?
Well, again, man, the word sponsorship sounding like employment to me, man. You know, motherfuckers quit jobs every day, quietly quit jobs every day. You know, and the rules of relationships say that, you know, a person should at least give you advance notice. Now, if I'm laying with somebody who's been quietly quitting on me for some time, it's not fair to me. You know what I mean? That's the box that finances for affection puts you in. Motherfuckers will leave, you know, without a second thought. You know, and you got feelings all the while forgetting that you a paymaster here. People don't have loyalty to jobs.
Mm-mm.
No.
I done quit them jobs, man. I done quit them days. Like, it's times my wife was like, I need you to quit. Not initially saying it, but when she seen the toll, so to speak, in certain circumstances, and the liability and all the different type stuff that comes with it, it was like, yo, it's not even really worth it. Like, as soon as you start saying it, she be like, as soon as I say it, be like, yo, I don't know, I might have to do something else. Yeah, go ahead. I agree. Like, basically, I'm waiting for you, like, because, you know, I don't need you to die at this job, right? I don't want like I can't. You can't be miserable every day,
Yeah.
right? That takes a toll, right? So, like, yo, you quit. We'll make it work. We got, so that's like not living outside your means, right? So I've always been like a proponent, so not always, but in my adult years, I was like, I'm not living outside my means. Why you don't have this, have that? Nah, because I need to be able to say I quit and still be able to do something to kind of sustain my lifestyle. Like, not totally be like my supervisor said the other day, hey, people like to live indoors. So people want to live indoors. So I want to be able to live indoors, but I don't want to do it at the cost of misery though.
That's right.
So it's like so my indoors might have to be smaller. My car might not have to be as modern, all the different things, but the ability to say, I'm out means a lot. And then I say to my wife, if it's too much, we gotta see what we're gonna do. We might not be able to quit tomorrow, but we gotta have a plan because you can't just be miserable out in this world, especially for some job that if you God forbid you pass away tomorrow or the joint, they just gonna post your position. Not
That's
saying
right.
some people won't be sad or nothing like that, but that job gonna move on.
Yeah.
They pretty much all do.
As
They
it
pretty
should.
much all do. Yeah. Yeah. I think my opinion about it is just to understand that understand what direction I want to go for my happiness. Because it took me a long time to understand what makes me happy. And I'm talking about not the superficial stuff. What actually makes me happy and content and anxiety free. Because there's a lot of ducks in a row have to line up for me to be anxiety free and happy. That's real. So what I discovered is understanding that if one is in place, I can stay above water and I can find a reason to smile until they both is in place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's nice and simple. You know what I mean? It's what it is. You know, because I'm like everybody else. Every human being. I'm like every human being. I want the world. But what I understood was I don't really need the world. I just need the things to go right that I want to go right.
Damn.
That's it. That's it.
That's a
But
fact.
look, last words, and we getting out of here, ladies and gentlemen. So, Andre, last word of the day.
So last word, Knicks is winning 64-37 at halftime. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Wait. Against the Pacers?
Nah, we playing the Celtics.
Oh, all right.
Closeout
It is,
game.
it is what it is, man. So, yeah, look.
You gotta get on
First
board
of
with
all,
that. You know, New York got it right.
no,
Got the
now
whole world.
you my guy.
Got the whole world.
I
Down.
automatically being a Pitt Panther hate New York because of them Villanova dudes. I just can't help it. I apologize for that. But Villanova, I'm against them. I can't stand them.
Go the Knicks, baby. That's my last word. Don't know. I really. So I would say this. My last word really is like, I don't like to say I'm proud of nobody because I don't feel like I'm in that position to say I'm proud of somebody. It kind of sounds like you better than somebody sometimes, right? But for lack of a better term, I'm proud of y'all, like y'all consistency and doing this. You said 3 years and week to week to week to week, no matter what, staying on that and staying to it with it. That's monumental to me. Like that's great. Like and just because not only that, that's just a committed effort between y'all to consistently make sure that y'all talking that whether y'all talk outside of this how much you talk, but just doing that, but just to do something consistently for a period of time that you not have to do on your own, not that you have to do for the job, like like on your own that you make that commitment and stick to it. I salute that. So, like I said, I want to get on more now. My job situation changed, so I can get down a little bit more,
No
But
doubt.
I definitely appreciate what y'all,
Look,
what y'all have done and what y'all doing and what y'all gonna do.
look, Dre, you know you always been my dog. If you call me every week to come on, you know you can come on. I have no problem with that because I like your perspective. I like the way you see the world. You know what I mean? And like I said, we've been dogs from way back. You know what I mean? You know, let us know if you want to
40s
come
on the ledge, 40s on the ledge, 40s on the
You're
ledge.
damn right. Damn right. Jaquari,
Yeah.
last words, bro.
I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, man. I look forward to the next time. Jay, I thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you.
Anytime you're ready, we'll dust the spot off.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. See y'all next time.
Trying to wait for Damon.
Appreciate it.
Trying to wait for Damon to come back. But him moving out, him living out in the boondocks, sometimes have problems. But
standing on the ledge, circling off 40s now, huh?
40s on the tower. 40s on the towers.
Yeah. I bet y'all wouldn't do it nowadays, would you?
VV.
Hey, VV.
Nah.
Nah. Everybody wiping the bottle off and shit.
Bro, we would all have our own. What are you talking about?
You used to tell me I was circling the number. I just assumed that circling on 40s was just like y'all all drinking 40s.
Listen.
Passing the 40?
Yeah.
Nah, we weren't doing that.
No, it was on occasion we were, right?
Yeah,
At one time when Fluke came up, and I'll tell you about that when I burned half my mustache off on the concrete. But we had a case of Old English, and we circled up about 8 of those between like 6 of us. And anybody know what circling up mean? It means take a big guzzle, pass it to the next person. And we was incorporating bottles and we went around. That's what we did. But that's that young shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't above the contamination, right?
Mhm.
I would pass that thought.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. But you know what? It's the funniest thing, man. You know, young folks don't even really drink nowadays, man. They
Nah, they
smoke.
don't.
They don't.
Yeah,
They don't.
they smoke,
They
smoking
don't.
and
My
smoking
wife,
and doing pills and shit.
yeah, my wife work in the alcohol business. They like kind of like, wow, like you gotta be careful because people ain't drinking as much no more. Like even socially,
Yeah.
this new age, they drink lightly socially, but they more like you said, they smoking. So now they got like some THC infused drinks.
Man. And that is
We
the most thing. That's the most dangerous drink in the world. Do you hear me, dog? For real.
But I didn't think I could try it. I ain't want to try it.
I would never try it, Dre. Would never try it. Hey, but you know what though? Young folks don't vibe in the clubs like we used to. Right? And this not a knock on them. They don't know how to have fun like we used to have fun.
They can't get off the phone half the time.
You know what I mean?
They posting, or
Yeah.
they looking in their phones or something. So a lot of times, it's a different type of fun, I would guess.
Yeah, okay. And you know what it is? Getting likes on IG in different places. That's that amount of fun. But look,
Because you're not really
us,
there.
We old. Yeah.
It's like I go to a game. Say I go to a game, right? So if people go to a game. So if I go to a game, I want to make sure I'm not looking at the screen more than I'm looking at the actual action, right? I want to make sure I'm really experiencing the game. So like I think now when they out and about the clubs or whatever, they not experiencing it through the phone, through the lens, opposed to sometimes really actually experiencing what's taking really place around them to some extent, right?
I was in a bar. This is no lie. I knew young kids did it, right? When I say young kids, 25, 35, between that range. But I was around a 40-something-year-old. The table was next by us. We're in the bar. And I saw women had a phone, duck lips. I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
So yeah, I think you made a good point. I stand corrected. I think it's not even an age thing. I think older people doing it too.
Yeah.
And look, I go out with coworkers. My coworkers are younger than me. I'm unk in the building or whatever. So on occasions I go out with them and take pictures or whatever. I'm not none of those pictures. People don't believe I was even there. And I like it like that. I mean,
right.
you enjoy me when you see me.
Right,
and
right.
I'm a hell of a time. So you talking about me, but you just don't see me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That mystery is cool though. That mystery is cool.
Everything is with the middleman nowadays. Basically, everything got something between us, right? It's something always between us.
I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. Last thing I'm gonna say. The funny thing is, our kids were wow. Keith Jr. is the only one. He was able to experience this, right? Our kids would trip out on the type of people we were in nightlife. The person that they see every day, and the person who would go to the bars, go to the club, and enjoy ourselves. They were like, whoa, is that you? Wait a minute. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you real quick. Bill, it was me, Bill, and Bruce, and my son Keith. We was in Philly at Lou and Choose, right? Keith was astounded on my bar persona. I chose those words for a reason. My bar persona. And he looked after we was done hanging out And his mom showed up later that night with her cousins, right? And he looked at us in a whole new different light after that night. You know what I mean? But look, it looks like Damon ain't gonna come back to us, you know what I'm saying? But listen, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Understand the Strong Perspective Podcast is a conversational show that really and truly the adults on the show speaking on the way they see life and their version of life, our version of life you're able to find little nuggets in them that relates to you because we are having a conversation. That's what we do. And I think we excel at that. So go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Do our thing. You see the Cash App at the end of Big Dog under me. You know, it's still charitable. Go to our pod channel's Cash App. Throw a couple dollars on just to keep us going. It is what it is. If you don't, that's cool. It don't make a difference. But I was told that's what I need to do. Let people know that the valuable service that we give you, there is a minimum cost to it. The only reason I'm doing it, folks. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. Because I could do this every day and love it. Feel me? And look, this is a Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with Jaquari and Damon Armstrong and Andre Mullins. We're going to bid you good night. Last words, guys. What you want to say to the people?
Peace.
Peace.